HFC. You there? You can hear me?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Susan. Loud and clear.
Yes. Is your slide ready? We can start?
Yes, let me just bring it up.
The members are quite excited to hear more, so we are looking forward to learn as we continue this session. Karibu sana, Edwin.
Thank you very much, Susan, and the entire SACCO leadership team for inviting and creating this exciting opportunity for us to just engage with you and converse, get to share ideas on the journey to home ownership. Before I proceed, I just want to welcome my colleague who would probably just, introduce himself. So Alex, please introduce yourself.
Good evening. Thank you very much, Edwin, and good evening, Anita, Susan, and members of Safaricom SACCO. We are very excited to be with you so that we can enlighten you on the properties that we have. As I said, my name is Alexander Kimani. I'm the sales team leader for HFC properties, the HFDI wing or the property wing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alex. So I'll just come back to before I go into the presentation, I can see the numbers are going up, is a good thing. One thing that Susan had mentioned to utilize this time so that we're able to get the most out of it. As I present, as I take you through the available options in the markets, you have a question, a burning question. Normally we're used to shooting up questions, but again, because this is a webinar, there is a Q&A section. You can just go in and type your question. My colleagues will be able to respond to some of them as we proceed, but so that everybody else can get to hear the answers, we'll read through them at the tail end, even as we allow you to shoot up your hand and ask questions along the way. So it's usually said that the best time to own a property or to own a home was yesterday, but just in case you haven't started the journey yet, it's never too late. It's exciting that at this very moment in time, as we discuss, of course, we've just gone through we've just navigated through COVID period. COVID just came in at the backbone of election, and just after COVID, we are going in another electioneering period. So someone would be asking, why should I be thinking of buying a property right now? Well, there are more than 10 reasons as to why this would be the perfect time for you as a potential homeowner to be thinking or considering of purchasing a property right now. Number one, you find that the property is compressed, well, because of the COVID effects. So you realize this is the best time for you to buy in because you're likely to get a deal in the market. And number two, we are talking about exciting times when we have enablers in the market, just like Kmrc to mention but a few. Right now, you're allowed to go and access part of your pension savings, all in the name of owning a property, just to mention but some of the few enablers that you and I can actually turn to immediately to become a homeowner right now. So that's coupled with the fact that the properties have dropped in prices. Many developers, because of the COVID effect, have actually dishing out discounts on their properties. Will be giving you properties that are as low as 4 million all the way to whatever one can afford. So all those are some of the things that the market is actually set up to ensure that no one is left behind in this journey of home ownership. So housing finance has been there for more than 50 years. That's almost half a century, and our main aim is to enable our tagline is dream made possible. We want to make a dream of home ownership become a reality, and this is just part of what we do. So I'll take you through what we have in the market currently and why I believe it's one of the best available investment option for you as Safaricom employees or Safaricom SACCO members. I want to assume that it's all one and the same if you're a Safaricom employee or a Safaricom member, SACCO member as well. So to start with, I have what I call one of our exciting properties in the market, and this is none other than the Precious Heights. Precious Heights is not new to Safaricom. A couple of probably a year or so ago, there was a very exciting campaign that the Safaricom company was running in the market. I think Shinga Nabonga Pointe or something like that. And the winners of that particular given campaign won houses, and those houses were none other than the Precious that I'm presenting you. So what is Precious? Where is it, and why should it be of interest to you? Precious are beautifully designed 3-bedroom apartments located along off Oyaki Way, along the Naivasha Road. And these properties are just retailing for 9,000 shillings. But we're not just looking at the 9,000 shillings. We've gone ahead and broken this into various tranches. I'm glad that our hosts today with the Safaricom Circle are part of the Kmrc mortgage vendors. So if the members I'm talking to today can qualify for a loan within the Kmrc circle, then well and good. This is a property for you. And if whatever you're getting is not enough, of course, you have the circle side, and of course, housing finance also comes in as financing. But for today, we are presenting ourselves here as service providers on the housing side to meet your demand on the housing side. For those of you who want to buy this particular property as an investment, a 3-bedroom will easily fetch you as rental income of around 50,000. But why would anyone want to rent this particular area? You'll all agree with me that over the past couple of years, we've had corporates, including yourself, Safaricom, that are strategically located, have their offices strategically located along Wayaki Way. We've had banks, the abscess of this market, Stanchart and Stanbic, who moved the operations from CBD and Upper Hill to locate themselves along the Wayaki Way, the busy Wayaki Way. We have most of the audit firms, KPMG, PwC, just to mention by the Communication Authority of Kenya, that has their base set along the Wayaki. What does this mean for you as an investor? This means that all the employees in these prime companies are looking for places to live, and they have limited options. If they cannot afford for a house in the prime Westlands area, they are looking towards Lavington, Kileleshwa. And if they can't go toward that direction, then there's only one more option left that will still give them prestige, tranquility, and style while they call it a home. And that is Precious, which is basically 15 to 20 minutes away, drive away from your offices. Someone said I can easily dash home, prepare a meal, and come back to work over lunch break using my 1-hour lunch break. So that is it. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, I can see we are almost 300 of us on this call. I only have limited units, about 48 of them that are available. So that means I want to believe I'm creating demand on this particular forum. For those of you who are available, those who are interested, I only have 48 units left to go out of a project of about 150 units. So that is number one, Precious Height. For those of you who joined earlier, there was a beautiful video that was playing on this project, and probably Susan and Tim might play it at the tail end of this particular presentation. My second option for you, not everybody might want to live along Wayaki Way. I know you have your branches across town, and you have people who are probably situated along Thika Road, and they might want to call that their home. Our second project is Richland, Pointe. We call it city living with a country feel. We have 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom apartments, prices of 8.5 million for a 2-bedroom and 9.5 million for a 3-bedroom. The demand along this project has been extremely higher, with only 17 units left. And I normally call it one of the safest places for one to live across the entire Nairobi. Why? Because you're directly opposite the Kamiti maximum prison. So in terms of security, ladies and gentlemen, we can be rest assured your security is well taken care of within Richland Pointe. Again, in terms of pricing, 8.5 million for a 2-bedroom and 9.5 million for a 3-bedroom. Happy to mention that all the options available in financing, including Kmrc, and for those of you who might want to even utilize part of your pension money, this is a project that you should be looking forward for. So before we come to conclusion of this, there is a very exciting trend that has taken the market over the past couple of years. As part of the top 4, the government's big 4 agenda, we've been talking about affordable housing, and there are many projects that HF has participated in. We're talking about properties below 4 million that saw projects sell out within record a month. We've seen Pakla with Pangani affordable housing where we participated, fully sold out. There was the Park Road that is fully sold out. There was Jivanji that came in that fully sold out. And we kept on receiving inquiries over and over about which is the next affordable project, which is this available next option that I can buy in below 4 million and either as an investor fetch good rental income or even call it a home. So I want to welcome my colleague Alex to take on the next presentation. So Alex, back to you.
Thank you very much. Maybe we can have one of the member mute. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my colleague Edwin. As Edwin has mentioned, Housing Finance, or HFC, has been involved in some of these projects, not only the high-end project like the Precious Garden and Richland, Pointe. We also have projects that we have engaged with the King's Developers Limited, and the project is none other than King Serenity in Rongai. So King Serenity is located in Rongai off the Magadi Road. I'm sure many of you know where the KCB bank branch in Rongai is. It's one of the oldest building and iconic building in Rongai. It's directly opposite. It's off 500 meters from the Magadi Road. And this project comprises of two-bedroom unit. We have a number of units which are available right now, like 200. I have around 200 units, and we are selling off at 4 million shillings. We have different payment plans, and one of the payment plans is cash plan. And then we have the mortgage, which also we can accommodate the Kmrc. You will note that in one of our projects which we were selling at Kmrc Heights, the two-bedroom, which you're seeing here, which was 85 square meters, we were selling at Edwin 6.5 million. And this project in Rongai, we are selling at the price of 4 million. This is an introductory price that we bring into the market, and we're hoping that you can become part of this auspicious project by owning in. For those ones who are looking for investment opportunity, this product is well within the locality of the uptown of Rongai market, and the two-bedroom returns for tenancy is 25,000 to 30,000 per month. So hurry before the stock lasts, because we know this is a very exciting project, and we have already started. By the time we started selling this project last week, we had 250 units. Now I have some 200 units remaining. So we'll be giving you much details into ownership of this and the numbers that you can be able to contact us in case anyone would want to become an owner of this auspicious project. Edwin, back to you.
Thank you very much, Alex. I like the passion that you have on this particular project. So in they normally say Swahili yote tisa ikishasema la kumi, how do I get to participate? What you normally do is over the weekend organize what you call property open houses. This particular weekend, that is on the second Saturday and on the third Sunday, that is this coming weekend, our team and I will be available to answer your question and interact with you on site. That is at Precious. We normally say house hunting is a family affair. Come with the entire family, come with the young ones. We'll have probably juice for them to sip and a cup of coffee and a couple of biscuits for them to bite on as they look and survey on what will be their future home. Let them also have a say even as you shop as a parent. So we'll also have a bus available on site for those who might want to cross over either to the side of Richland or to the other side of Rongai. So what we're doing is to welcome you and invite you all so that we're able to interact more on site, share more information. We'll have applications on the form on site so that those of you who want to start the journey can begin. But most importantly, our involvement within Safaricom Sacco is more or less a partnership, not a one-off. So even if you visit your Sacco offices going forward and inquire through the admin, you'll find our application forms there, and of course contacts on our people on the ground in terms of how they can how you can literally call them, go view, select a unit, and then come and embark on the borrowing journey from the Sacco towards our end. Last but not least, just in case, because I've had a bit of I know within the Sacco we have some of the terms and conditions, just in case I'm still a newbie within the Sacco, I've not yet hit that 1 year, or just in case my contributions are not good enough to enable me on Precious, Richland, or RONGAI, then obviously our contacts are also available. You can as well reach out to us. As I said earlier, we wear two hats. We come in both as providers to provide the service, but as well as also financials. This is it from me. I'd want to take it back to you, Susan, the moderator. I'll be looking through questions within the Q&A. I know there's some questions that have come through. So Susan, if you allow me, can I be able to just read through some of the questions and provide answers?
Yes, please proceed. I can see them. Proceed and answer them.
Good. So I'll start with the first one up there. There's someone, okay, good. There's someone who has asked about what Kmrc means. For Kmrc, it's basically, it stands for Kenya Mortgage Refinancing Company, and it's one of the stopgap measures that was introduced to lower the interest rate burden to homeowners. It's always said that when you're purchasing a house and you want to borrow at a double digits, which is 13 or 14%, your mortgage repayment becomes a burden to you that by the time you're completing to repay that particular house, it's as if you bought 2 or 3 houses. So Kmrc came in as a stopgap measure to help mostly people on the side of affordable housing to start owning. And since inception, we've had enough of good stories where people have already got in, people already acquired mortgages, they bought, but again, it has terms and conditions. And I think I'm told we have Kmrc colleagues online. They'll be helping us in terms of the terms and conditions, how much can one qualify, the tenor, how much income must one have. All those are available, and I think my friends from Kmrc, if they're still on the call, will be talking about that. But as I scroll down again, I can see any other question. In terms of the pricing, someone wants to know, is it 900,000? Yes, pressure is 9 million on the slide. That's the price. Where is Naivasha Road? This from Joyce. Naivasha Road is basically the road that joins Waiyaki Way, right from the Junction Mall at Dagoretti, as you go all the way up to where we have Uviru roundabout, where you go and join back into Naivasha. Now, our property is just right on that road, but it's more or less on the Waiyaki Way side, which is basically less than 5 minutes drive from Waiyaki. Once you come down to the Uviru roundabout, we have ILRI headquarters there. As you come up the depression, right at that particular junction is where the property is. For those of you who drive from town, if I'm using Waiyaki, the newly dualized Waiyaki Way, it takes me less than 25 minutes to get to the property. And that is a good story in terms of accessibility. So where's Naivasha Road? There's someone else who want to know. There's someone who want to there's a question here about we can all be owners if only, it's 9,000. Okay. What are the requirements to access mortgage, and what are the rates? We have 2 types of mortgages on our end. That is for those of you who want to access. The requirement is just a single income. If you have an income, we'll appraise your income, whether you want to go for the Kmrc one or you want to do the normal market rate, which is 13%. All are available for you. And most importantly, is we normally ask borrowers to, if you can complement your borrowing with your 40% pension savings, which is now allowed and accessible for you to use to purchase your property, then the mortgage just becomes a supplementary to the purchasing price. I've already dealt with the Kmrc. Are these houses already built? King Serenity? Yes, King Serenity are available. King Serenity are fully done. We have people who are already moving in. So even as you plan towards making your trip over the weekend, you'll be surprised that people are already planning to settle in. So King Serenity is already available and ready for occupation in the market. And it's one of those unique affordable housing that are available. We've seen most affordable housing projects are usually sold offline. By the time you're hearing of a property of 2.3, 3.4 million, it's already sold out. So this one is available, and you can start selecting from that as well. We have what option can I use for the pension option? Pension option is you engage your pension trust fund, ask how much you can access in terms of the law requires you to access a maximum of 40% of your accrued savings, maximum of 7 million. So today, if you approach your pension and your 40% is say 5 million, that means in precious heights, the only amount required from you to borrow is 4 million. which is well within the Kmrc parameters. The good news is once you deposit the 5 million in cash, by the time we are appraising you the mortgage, we've already handed over the house to you. And that's why at the beginning of the slide, my slide 1, the topic of the title was instant home ownership. You don't need to wait for 90 to 120 days for the mortgage process to be completed. If you give us the deposit, within 2 weeks, we hand over the house to you, start enjoying the benefits, even as the mortgage is being appraised. Now that these units are being marketed through Safaricom Sacco, are there any special discounts and offers? Say yes. Precious had multiple prices. We had properties going for 9.5 and 10 million, but during the conversation with Safaricom, we had a straight line of 9 million flat for all the units, and that's for SAFCO members. So you must be glad to know that your leaders had your interest at heart during the conversation. Someone has mentioned China has a 3-bedroom master institute along Mombasa Road next to Great Hall at 3.5 million. Do you have something similar or close to that? We would have them on board as part of the projects we're selling, but right now we'll mention about what you have in Rongai. The only challenge as a bank when you're coming on board is because we'd want to finance you, we want to onboard a project that has already title deeds, which we can use as security to finance you immediately. I think our interaction with some of these many projects that we don't have on board is where some of the documents lack and we can't finance you comfortably using that property as a security, then the bank might be hesitant to go in. How is Kmrc structured and how do we get to benefit from it? As I mentioned earlier, we'll have our colleagues of Kmrc handling this topic. How much is the HFC mortgage rate? HFC mortgage rate, the market rate is 13%. Those of you are coming in for the Kmrc, we do at 9.5%. Worth mentioning. Last but not least, could you please share a pin location of the nearest land or nearest landmark? And I want to believe Ida either wanted to know about Precious. If it's Precious, the nearest pin location is just off of Yaki Way, not very far from Ilri headquarters. If you've seen Ilri headquarters, just past the Udhiru roundabout, that is exactly where the Precious units are. If you're talking about Kings, my colleague has just mentioned, it is directly opposite KCB in Rongai, which is one of the oldest buildings that most of us know. Then, of course, if you're talking about Richland, Pointe, as I mentioned earlier, directly opposite the Kamiti maximum prison along Kamiti Road. How much is the deposit and how much will I be paying monthly? Joyce, this depends on your purchase option. If I want to buy the basic market rate, you'll give us 10% deposit, which is 900,000. That means you're coming for 8.1 million financing. That is a market rate. That is if you're going for the market, and at 8.1 million financing at 13%, how much installment would that be? That is 8.1, 2.23 at 13%. For 15 years, being the maximum period, you'll be paying 102,000 shillings per month. But that is under the market rate. If you can raise 50% deposit, either through the SACCO financing or what you call the pension, then you're only coming to borrow the 50% is 4.5 million Kmrc. Your monthly repayment is 47,000 for 15 years, and that 47,000 is below the rental income, which is 50,000. I hope that makes sense. Can HFC finance other locations apart from the ones mentioned? Yes. Remember, before being a developer, we were mortgage lenders and we are still lending mortgages. All we need to do is, along with the properties that are verifiable, existing, complete with security, verifiable security, that is title deeds, HFC can finance. We've been doing that and we'll still continue doing that. How does it work if someone is in overseas? Thank you very much, Jen. We have a special product called Diaspora Mortgage, which does not need that you come here to fill in the forms. We send you all the forms available. You fill in from where you are. We have a robust diaspora department that will handle you. The only thing that you must do and you need to do is you have your eyes on the ground, have a keen relative or a trusted person go to pressures, select a unit that they feel you love. Probably they'll video call you. I know thanks to technology, they can video call you while on site, drop you a Google for you to see exactly where the property is. And once you get to select on one property, we will facilitate all the documentations from diaspora so that you get to wire all your deposit directly to the bank and have the other nitty-gritty of the mortgages handled on behalf by our robust diaspora department. So someone is asking, those interested can fill in the details in this particular link. Thank you very much. The link has been dropped in there for you to fill in your details. For those of you interested to come to the site over this particular weekend. So if you're ready to come to site on this weekend, a link has been dropped in there. Please just go register your details. Even if it's not this weekend, once you put your details in that particular link, we will catch up with you and give you attention at the time of your availability for us to take you to site. So, Alex, if there's anything else I've left, you can probably handle.
Yes, maybe I would want, before you go, there's one question that you had engaged there before, and this is somebody who is asking, does the 40% for pension-backed mortgage include both employees and employer contribution? Edwin?
Thank you very much. Yes, the 40% is cumulative savings. So if both use employers and employees contribution as of today is 10 million, then that means that the 40% of that is 4 million. And the pension, your pension admin will be able to release that, but there are some terms and conditions. One, you must present a property that is being sold by a reputable brand. It must be a complete brand property. It must be a property probably meant for owner-occupier, because they want you to become a homeowner. So those are some of the things, and I think the properties I mentioned in here all meet that particular criteria. Then, of course, as part of the purchasing, there is a secondary charge placed to the lien, placed on that title deed of that particular property until you attain your retirement age for you to think of transacting on that particular property. That's some of the measures to safeguard the interest of your loved ones upon retirement. So yes, it is inclusive of both the employer contribution and employee, including for those of you who do voluntary, additional voluntary contribution as well.
Thank you very much, Edwin. And maybe the last one that I'm seeing here, somebody is asking, Safaricom Sacco has a fantastic financing product and a mortgage product. How do we incorporate this engagement if I'm interested in the Precious Garden 3-bedroom house? Edwin.
Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, we wear two hats, but for the sake of this particular meeting and our host, we come in strongly with the service provider. That is, you're trying to meet the demand side. So we come in to bring you the houses. However, should you by any chance find that due to one or two reasons, the available in-house mortgage facility, that is whatever Safaricom Sacco Limited is providing, you either not qualify due to one or two, three reasons, our doors are open and you can always engage with us so that you can meet that particular need. So it's available, yes, we can finance you as well. However, based on the new product that Safaricom has introduced, that Safaricom Sacco, it's always advisable, charity begins at home. Number one, go to site, select a unit, go to the admin, inquire how much you can qualify. That is both on the Sacco side and even from the pension side. If it's only if you get to a point whereby your property is worth 9 million and what is being provided is not equivalent to the 9 million, then you can come and see Edwin, you can come and see Alexander here, and you're available to do that. Someone is asking, kindly share pics of the houses for latecomers. I will request Susan that after this conversation, if you can prepare to just run the video once again for those who came in. I can see we are in the case of 330. So there are those who came in late. Susan will be playing the video. Now you can get the recording of this video. Yes, the recording of this video is available. I'll only engage with Susan to see how we can share this video comfortably to all the Sacco members, even using the various channels that are available. So that is it. Is there any other I can see? Do you have land? Someone has asked anonymously on the other side.
Yes.
Do you have land? Do you have land properties available? Yes, we do have land options. I chose strategically not to present our land property for this specific forum simply because the financing model that we're talking about here, starting with the pension, coming to Kmrc, all those two are restricted towards owner-occupier. However, Alex's number is on the screen here. Alex is in charge of a very beautiful project called Bahari Residences along the Riruta Road, along off the superhighway. A very beautiful project for those of you who want to build your magnificent homes for retirement. So Alex, you can have the number, you can pick Alex's number from the screen and engage Alex. Secondly, how can the SACCO and or HF and Kmrc support building of commercial buildings? Bob, as CEO, unfortunately, the intention of Kmrc was purely for owner occupiers. So as of this particular time, it might not be of help to you who want to build a commercial or resident, but just purely for the home occupiers. Last, kindly share single units and alone houses. I am not interested in apartments, but would like to own a bungalow or maisonette. Yes, for this anonymous attendee, we have a huge pool of property. Remember what has happened in the market for the past couple of years has left most of us distressed. So we have a pool of auction properties which can fit well within the financing models you mentioned. Most of them are standalone. I'm talking about bungalows from as low as 5 million, 4.5 million that are available, Kitengela, Ngong, Kiserian, and all the other areas, coming to as high as Kilimani, Ladington Glacier, as well as Runda. So they're available. We have the number there. You can pick the contact and just contact us offline. We will be willing to guide you in terms of what is available on standalone. Then we can pick it up offline. I'm seeing another Peter Juma. How much of the pension can you use to acquire a house? Peter Juma, that is 40% of your accrued savings, maximum of 7 million. So if you manage to save 10 million accrued savings, you can only acquire 40% of that, which is 4 million. If you manage to have saved more than that, then the maximum is capped at 7 million shillings. Kindly, okay, so I think we've answered all those. That makes sense. I'd want to request Susan to just play the video for one last time, as we still receive questions on the Q&A section. We are still here to answer more questions. Hatuna Haraka, we're here for you. So Susan, you will just play the video, then we expect more questions.
I'm still on the other end. As the video plays, I'm still answering your questions, the one that you're asking on the Q&A platform.
Susan, back to you. You can play the video.
Susan, you are muted.
You can see?
Yes, we can see. Just click play at the middle.
Yes.
Click play at the middle of the video.
HFC, we believe that home ownership is precious, especially when owning is cheaper than renting. Become an instant homeowner at Precious Gardens Apartments with a deposit of 4.5 million Kenya shilling. These spacious 3-bedroom apartments are located
No, the video is not
Naivasha
moving.
Road off the new dual carriageway and
So that plus you can drag it again, stop moving.
Expressway with repayment as low as 47,000 against rents of 50,000. Home ownership is the way to go. Take advantage of this exciting offer and become a homeowner today. For details, call us on 0709 438.
So that perhaps you can play the video again. It's not moving.
All right. You are not seeing it or something?
Static, yeah? Static.
At HFC, we
And now-
believe that home ownership is precious, especially when owning is cheaper than renting. Become an instant homeowner at Precious Gardens Apartments with a deposit of 4.5 million Kenya shilling. These spacious 3-bedroom apartments are located along Naivasha Road off the new dual carriageway Way and easy access through the Nairobi Expressway, with repayment as low as 47,000 against rents of 50,000. Home ownership is the way to go. Take advantage of this exciting offer and become a home owner today. For details, call us on 0709 438 055.
You've been able to see that?
It has run, but it's running its drug. What I'll do, Susan, I know after the webinar, we have the email details of all the attendees. You can share, we can just drop a link to an email of all the attendees. I think in that particular case, it becomes easier. So you'll just share with us the email contacts of those who attended. Then you can drop a link of all the videos so that everybody can be able to just go through them nicely. I think that is okay.
All right. I think we've had it all. Members, you're spoiled for choice. We're talking of King Serenity Rongai. We're talking of Precious Garden. We've given you all the options. In this time, we've incorporated on how you can actually access the mortgage using your pension. Therefore, I think with HFC, together with us, remember we also have our mortgage products available for you. Therefore, I invite you to work with us, work with HFC, so that we can help you get that dream house. You hear they are quite affordable. We have taken care of almost everybody's needs. Therefore, I don't see as if we have many other questions.
There's somebody else who is saying you replay the King Serenity. That is a slide that we had for King Serenity. Somebody saying maybe you play that that slide.
All right, that one was a little bit heavy. So at the moment, maybe we'll share it together with members' information. We'll share it later. So you want to repeat that, Alex?
No, just want to display it for the sake of capturing of the, just in case someone is capturing the information, but there's no problem. We'll also share this, we will share this on the email as well. We'll just share the entire slides on the email as well. So I hope,
right, this is
good. I hope I'm looking forward towards meeting, if not all of you, most of you this weekend. They normally say with property investment, seeing is believing, and that's the first step towards home ownership. So I'm looking forward to seeing, I've seen about 350 of us on this call. If you can just show up 200 of us, then we can clear. I have a stock of 200 at King Serenity, I have a stock of 50 at Precious, and a stock of about 20 at Richland. We clear all of them, then we become neighbors as well as colleagues. Thank you very much. Back to you, Susan. You can close for us.
all right. I can see there are people who have raised questions, their hands. They would want to ask questions. Daisy.
And unmute them to ask. Thank you.
Daisy, admit them.
We need that admin to unmute them on the attendees side so that they can.
All right, as that continues, somebody is asking, I have my own plot and I have a title deed. Would you give me construction loan?
We have different financing options, construction mortgage being one of them. Currently undergoing a bit of restructure, given the fact that most of the properties that have been undergone distress over the past couple of years, most of them arose from what we call the construction side. So currently undergoing, the property is under restructure, but yes, we do offer financing mortgages as well. So I can see we have Anita Muganji, whose hand is up. So if you can just, they can be muted.
Anita, I think, is asking the question whether she can be able to view houses on Friday and Saturday. Any day is a site visit day for us. We have our property advisors who are all available on site. So if you'd like to come and visit any of the site, be it Precious Height or Richland, you can always contact us on the contacts we have shared, and we'll make arrangement for you to come and look at the houses of your choice.
Just remember the numbers are down there. Edwin 0727 693913, and for Alex 011 0599 750. That is the key contacts we need. Whether you want to come and visit a property over the holiday, on a Monday or on a Sunday, just hit any of those numbers and we shall guide you accordingly. Our team is always ready to serve you.
How about the ones for RONGAI? Is there someone always? Somebody's asking?
All of the projects.
All of the sites are manned.
All right, I can see nobody's raising their hand, so I think most of the questions have been answered. Members, thank you very much for participating in this webinar. You've had it, and it's quite affordable for everybody. You can start, somebody's still asking, must I have an account with HFC Bank for me to get to start this project?
Our doors are open to both account holders and non-account holders. So your account ownership journey will begin with you, first of all, becoming a homeowner as you move into mainstream banking.
Good. So I think with that, I want to bring this session to a conclusion. I think a lot has been said, and we shall share the presentations and the recordings, and we'll work closely with the HFC and Kmrc also for this product to be very successful. Therefore, members, I therefore want to call this meeting to ending, and I wish you a very good evening. And thank you once again, HFC, for giving us this option to learn more and to see where we can even venture more for our members. And thank you very much for the opportunity. Good evening, all.
Good evening, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good evening.